Hey everyone, welcome to Soaring Sound. Today we're going to have kind of a nice, slow, easy start. The reason I'm doing this is because some of us may have not sung very much in the last year due to COVID. Some of us may have sung more, but either way, this gives you a great foundation to be able to move back into singing and performing. So a lot of these exercises are vocal rehab exercises. So very nice, long, sustained, easy sounds that you can make, and then eventually we'll move into some exploration and stretching at the end of this. To start out, we want to have a pretty good physical warm-up. So just as much as you're able, I'll demonstrate this a little bit, but you want to start with kind of a ragdoll exercise. I'm going to do it seated. You can do it standing as well. Basically, the idea is you round the spine. Let the head go towards the floor. And you don't have to go very far. I'm not going to go very far today. I'm not feeling very flexible. And take a deep breath in. As you inhale, the spine kind of elongates. And then exhale, the spine rounds. And do one more of those. Inhale. And exhale. And then when you're ready, you can come on up. And then just kind of before we get started singing, kind of want to bring a little bit of energy into things. So if you could put your hands on your hips, I'm going to do this seated. You could also grab the bottom of your chair if you're seated. And whatever you're doing, hands into hips or hands on your chair, press in and then pull up and just kind of hold that for a little bit. And then release it out. So getting a little relaxation, a little bit of energy in, and then I want to start out with some recoil breaths so we get used to feeling what the inhale should feel like when it's sustained nice and long. So what this is, I'll explain it, and then I'll do it, and then we'll all do it together. So you're going to exhale out all your air, then you're going to stop and hold it for a little bit, and then you're going to release, and the air will fill your lungs. It'll look something like this. Hold, release. So let's try it together. Ready? And exhale. Hold, and then release. Let's try one more of those. This time when you do the release, instead of just letting the air gasp in, like I was kind of doing, let it come in very sort of gradually. So see if you can sustain that inhale over a few counts inside of your head. Here we go, letting out all the air. And then we're going to hold. And then slowly release. And let it out. Good. Now we're just going to go from neutral to inhale over a count of 8. So ready? And breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. Good. Try forming an oo vowel and then breathing. Oo. And breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. Good. Now try ah. And breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. Yeah, very good. All right. Now we've done a little bit of physical warm-up. Now we're going to get into kind of some of these more simple vocal rehab exercises. So just to start out, we're going to start on a hum. You can do whatever octave you want, this octave or this octave. I'm going to go in the higher octave today because this is just going to be very, very simple. But I'll play the lower octave real loud. So all I want you to do is inhale through the nose, think of the space in your throat, and then just hum, and just try to hum just as long as your breath will allow. When you feel like you're running out of air, you can stop. Ready? And breathe in. And We'll try it on a slightly higher pitch. This time when you do it, I want you to play around with your hips and your ribs and their position, whether how you're sitting or standing, and just see if you can find something that feels a little bit more aligned and makes the sound pop a little more. Here's your pitch. Ready? And breathe. 2, 3, and. Try a slightly lower one. So this time I want you to play around with your shoulders and your neck and head and see if you can kind of find something that feels a little bit more aligned. Ready? And breathe. 2, 3, and. Good. Now we're going to go down on a 5-note scale, just nice and easy. And for this, I'll be in the lower octave, but I'll play the upper octave. Ready? And breathe. Good. Switch to N, so the tip of your tongue is going to contact the roof of your mouth. If you're feeling extra brave, slide the tongue back onto your hard palate. So instead of you'll get It's a little darker, and one student this week said it was muddier, which I kind of agree with. Ready? And breathe. You can stick with that, or you can go on a sustained V sound. So make this shape, then breathe through the nose. Ready? Well, now we get to the choose your own adventure. I'm going to do a zzz, and I'm going to aim the air down on that Z sound, or if you're familiar with it, you can try a lip trill, whichever one you prefer. I like the zzz because you use a little less air with it, but you do what you want. Ready? And breathe. Last one. Great. This pitch we left. Let's just start on a hum and then open gradually to an ah. All right, ready? And breathe. So the name of the game is gradual. So we have a point at which we're doing a hum, and a point at which we're doing an ah, and then a point at which we're transitioning. When you do your transition, try to count to 4 in your head. Before you're fully in an ah shape. Let's try it here. Ready? And breathe. Feels like when you go to the ah, a little more air is coming out. So if you want to, when you start opening your mouth, move your arms out and up like this. I'll demonstrate that as we do this one on a higher pitch. Ready? And breathe. So the slower you go, kind of the more engaged things can be, and you can kind of feel that. So that's something you can do. Now we're going to add an E to the end of that. So it's going to go so transition to ah, ah, change to E. Yeah, it's kind of long, so make sure you take a nice slow, easy, lazy inhale into that M space. Down here, for something a little easier, keep it nice and soft on the but very deep. Ready? And. Last one. This one we're going to go a little faster on the on the E, but first I want to play with something. First do an like you're a chipmunk in Munchkin Land, like this. Just try the and good. Now, if you're about to yawn, the throat kind of opens like that. So go like you're about to yawn, and you're probably already yawning if you're like me and need an afternoon nap. And then breathe into that space and hum. Ready? And. So what I've tried to give you control over is what position your larynx is in your throat. If you're about to yawn, your larynx descends. So let's try the ma-e with the larynx in that descended place, and we'll go a little faster this time. Ready? And breathe. Cool. Remember that E position is? Find that E position, and we're going to do a nice 5-note scale down on staccatos on E, 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 E. Ready? And breathe. E, 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 E. E, 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 E. Keep it soft. E, 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 E. E, 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 E. Keep it loose here. E, 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 E. Last one. E, 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 E. Now we'll do it sustained. We'll change to an ah at the end. See if you can keep your jaw in the same position as the E, so we're not going ah, but ah. Ready? And breathe. Shake everything out a little bit. Now as you start going higher, one really nice crutch is provided you've washed your hands. You can put one hand over half of your mouth, and if you're feeling this feeling, ee-ah, and your jaw wants to move, give yourself a little massage. Ready? And breathe. Ee-ah, 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 ee-ah. Good. On this pitch, go ya ya ya. Ready? And go. Ya ya ya. Provided you've washed your hands, try one. Lift your hand right here. Ready? And go. Ya ya ya. Awesome. Looking good. We're gonna go on. Ya. Now the trick to this one is not that top note. The trick is the first note. So as much as you can, give a lot of energy to that first note. Ya. And then just let it coast. And whatever happens on the top note happens. Ready? And go. Ya. 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 Now, if you're running into a little bit of trouble and getting a little pushy on this, try twisting, just gently back and forth. You don't have to go too far. Just a real gentle twist, and then singing. Yaw. It's kind of weird coordinating it with breathing, but that's the idea. It's to confuse your mind so that you don't get in your own way. Ready? And. Yaw. 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 Let's say you're going going, well, that's not working for me. By the way, it's getting too high. Obviously, drop the octave. Put your hands on your shoulders like so, and then check out what happens when you inhale. When you inhale, the elbows lift. So when you sing, keep lifting the elbows at the same rate. So that the breath stays in a position of inhalation rather than hear how much strain is happening in my voice. We'll go back to here. Ready? And start going higher, so you can drop the octave if it gets too high, and you can use any crutch you feel you called to use. Ready? And so this isn't feeling super duper high, but you still want that openness. Pretend like you have drops of water on your fingers and you're just shaking it dry once on your first note. Ready? And all right, nice work, everyone. Form an ooh for me and breathe in for a count of 4. Ooh, breathe in. And let it go. And we'll do one nice siren. Pretend like you're about to yawn. And do that breathe in again. And we're going to go on ooh and then switch to ah as we go down. Ready? Ooh. And then try one more. Just nice and easy. Ooh, and breathe. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I'll stick around in case you have questions or want to chat, but this has been really great. Thank you.